get to talk about our Attorney General and turn the meeting over to him. Luther Strange was elected Alabama's 49th Attorney General in 2010 and was re-elected in 2014. As Attorney General, he is Alabama's Chief Law Enforcement Officer. Attorney General Strange oversees a team of lawyers and investigators who assist local law enforcement in solving cold cases and in prosecuting civil and criminal cases. His tenure in office has been marked by a strong emphasis on fighting white-collar crime and public corruption. A native of Sylacauga and Homewood, Alabama, Luther Strange received both his undergraduate and law degrees from Tulane University. He has served in the U.S. Merchant Marines and was also a member of the advisory board of the United States Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, New York, as well as trustee of Talladega College, Alabama's oldest historically black college. Please join me in welcoming Attorney General Luther Strange.
Stay right here with me because I want to thank you, and you can get over it because I think everybody very petite, believe me, I do. No, thank you so much. It's really, as you said so well, not just an award to Hewitt-Trussville High School, but to the entire community and school system, because I know most of the people in this room. I've had the great pleasure of working with this community for a long time, and that what distinguishes it, besides all the great people, is the leadership of teachers, of superintendents and administrators, of law enforcement, of public officials. That's what makes a community really great, is the people and the work they put into a community. And that's why Hewitt-Trussville is winning today. That's why Trussville and this entire community is so successful. So I'm very, very glad to be here. Education is critical. It's one of the most important things we can do for our children. My mother was a teacher, my grandmother was a teacher back in the day, and my sister's a teacher now. So I understand personally the commitment and sacrifice that teachers make. And I'm glad to be Attorney General because I get to work every day with the men and women who put on a badge and go to work every day to protect us. We can't thank them enough for what they do, including our school resource officers. Of course, our prayer and our hope is that we never have an incident involving school safety in our school, but we know that the best way to prevent that is to be proactive and to adopt safe school practices. It's a lot different now in today's world than it was when I was in high school at Shades Valley High School here in Jefferson County. The threats that the kids face, the things they're exposed to, the technology and smartphones and so forth, the internet, and on and on and on, makes it such a more difficult atmosphere and environment for our young people. As a father myself, my wife and I, now a grandfather, believe me, I think about it as a personal matter, not just as AG. And so that's why it's so much fun for me to be here and to give you this award today. I'm glad you recognize your grant writers and your staff because, we only give out a handful of awards in the entire state of Alabama. So it really is an honor to receive this. I'm not the judge either, by the way. I don't trust it to me. We have a team of law enforcement officials and specialists in education who review hundreds of applications and pick the winners. And y'all have always been a leader, which is really cool. I'm so glad I'm here for that. The press release will send out what impressed us so much about the activities of your school. Obviously the parental involvement, the school resource officers integrating and staying in touch with the kids and the problems as they arise so we get ahead of them, the monitoring of cameras, the just basic supervision, keep them in a safe cocoon when they're in school. That's what y'all do. What we'll do with this information that we get when we recognize winners, we don't just do it and move on. We incorporate ideas. You would be amazed at the number of ideas we get from parents or teachers that come up with something new. It doesn't have to cost much money, but it can just be a good idea. And we take all that and we summarize it and send it around through the school boards to all schools in the state. So they may learn something from what you're doing, and it'll be great because it'll be able to be used to keep other kids safe. So Chief Cardin, if you'll come up and give me this award, I'd like to present it to, as I said, not just Hewitt-Trussville High School. That's the name on the plaque.
I'm going to give Mr. Salem, the principal.
Yes, sir. Please come up here. I'll present this to you on behalf of my office, but it's not just to the high school, although you richly deserve it and you are the winner. It's also to the entire school system and all the administrators and principals, because it would have been very difficult for us to choose between any of the schools, among the schools that you have in this system. So let me read this to you. It's the Attorney General's Alabama Safe Schools Initiative 2015 Award of Excellence, Hewitt-Trussville High School, Luther Strange Attorney General.
Thank you
So
so
y'all
much.
come.
I appreciate it
Thank you so
very
much.
I did want to say a word about the award criteria, and it's about community involvement. It's about the cameras in the facilities. It's about our law enforcement and our cooperation with law enforcement in the city, and the integration of the SROs in the school program. And we had 6 different categories. We had to apply in at least 3, and we applied in all 6. And our best practice is our 5-day roster activity, where we make sure that at least one adult in every school knows every child. So there is not one child who feels that no one knows them and that they don't have anyone to turn to. So that was our best practice, and we were commended on that when our advanced ed program came in as well. So congratulations to everyone.
Well, I think, and the one thing I didn't mention is the character development efforts at UMAC. That's really, really important. Character means everything in life. You know, your character, you see it with our men and women in law enforcement. Your character is what you hopefully develop and protect throughout your life, and what you're doing. And I know this from my own life, my own experience at Shades Valley, not too far away. Hewitt-Trussville was our big rival in the county back in those days. But coaches, teachers, parents, and your ministers all play a critical role. So congratulations.
We just had a meeting on that today at lunch. So
Good, good.
we appreciate you so much for being here.
Well, again, this is a great aspect of my job to come do this, because keeping our kids safe is there's nothing I can think of that's more important than that, because if they're not safe and they don't feel safe, then they can't learn. And you want them to learn. You want them to learn so they can be whatever they want to be in life. So thank you again, and I look forward to visiting with you here as we finish.
Thank you. We're honored.
Oh,
Thank you
my
so
honor.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
First of all, I mean, this is a big award for any school in Alabama. What do y'all look for kind of when y'all are giving out these awards?
Well, in giving out our Safe School Awards, we look for innovative ways to keep our kids safe. And that means incorporating your administration, your teachers, your parents, and your local law enforcement to come up with best practices. When we find them, we recognize them, and we share those practices with other schools around the state so that we can spread the word on what can be done to keep kids safe.
Why Hewitt-Trussville?
Hewitt-Trussville has been a leader in this effort to make our kids safe. Hewitt-Trussville has a devoted group of administrators and teachers and SROs, and their application was just outstanding. And given the hundreds of schools in the state, to be one of the 10 selected is a real honor for Hewitt-Trussville.
What does it mean to you as a top law enforcement officer here to see these school systems take kid security so seriously?
It means everything to me as a father and grandfather, myself, to make sure that we're doing to ensure that we're helping keep our kids safe in every way possible, because a kid can't learn if they don't feel safe. And we know, unfortunately, in the world we live in, we have to be prepared to keep our kids safe, and that's what we're doing.
Tribune Media is fueled by Trussville Gas and Water.